Hello YouTube, what's going on? My name is Ekuegan, you call me EK. Don't forget you can find me at twitch.tv/Ekuegan. I do stream on Twitch daily. In today's video I want to go over Deepstone weapons, alright? Well, in this video we're going to go with the sniper. Alright, the sniper is called Secession. It's back. It's been a pain in the butt to go into Deepstone last week to get all of these weapons and all their red borders. Okay, if you didn't know, Deepstone is one of the feature raids that you can farm for to try to get as many red borders to make these weapons. Each weapon requires you to get 5, so that means yes, you need to get 5 red borders for the weapon in order to craft it. Now, if you're only looking for Secession, the best place to do that is Atrax. Atrax is the second encounter in the Deepstone Crypt raid. If you want, you can also passively work on this by each week fighting Taniks and buying your guaranteed red border frame as well. Or if you have 3 characters, you can run the raid with 3 characters, hoping to get some red borders as you go through. There are 2 hidden chests, and then there's the 4 encounters, so you have a few chances there. Now, if you need a loot pool for this raid, I will basically have an infographic put into the description so you can kind of see what drops there. But for example, I kind of know just off the top of my head because we did a lot last week. First encounter is the scout rifle. If you're looking for a scout, boom, first encounter is where it's going to be at. But you got to remember, there's a class item, there's a pair of boots and gloves that also drops there. Second encounter, you have the shotgun and the sniper, but you also have gloves and boots there. Now, the shotgun is the only one that drops in 2 different places. For the third encounter, you can also have the shotgun and the hand cannon. Now, that's tied with a chest piece and class item for the third encounter. Once you get up to Taniks, he could drop you helmets. He has the machine gun, the sword, and of course, you can also get Eyes of Tomorrow. Now, in today's video, I'm just going to go over Secession, what I want on it, and what I'm crafting. I am going to be crafting 4 of these. I've gotten 3 so far to about level 16. They're all for different purposes, and I'm just going to break down why I have each one. But first, let's look at D2 Foundry and go through why Secession is one of the best snipers in the game. Secession has lost some perks on it. Thresh is not really needed. We don't care. Rampage is not needed. Killing Wind and Slyways, none of that really mattered. So now you're asking, EK, why should I go for this if I have an original one, or if I have like an original of what you have? Why should I go and craft this? You don't need to. You really don't need to. But I think crafting it kind of like future proofs it, because if a different perk setup ends up being good in the future, you now have something to work with. Another reason why I went for these weapons is because of the Bray and Harrison origin trait. Dealing damage regenerates a small amount of ability energy. All right. And this may seem funky. It may not work on all the weapons, but I do like it on the sword and machine gun. We're not talking about those in this video, but it is not a bad trait to kind of have, or even on primaries. Now, for this weapon, if you're looking for something for Crucible, we can slightly go over that real quick. I'm not a huge fan of aggressive frames in Crucible, and the sight is not the greatest thing for me to use, but maybe you're just a guy roll, sniper holder that just goes in there and snaps your shots off. Maybe like moving target and snapshot might be the play for you. Now in PvE, I saved, I would say, 3 pairs that I used for the longest time. And here are the roles for them. I had Recon and Vorpal. When it comes to mag, I don't care what anyone tells you, do not go for extended mag. It does not do anything besides take away your reload. Okay? And airborne effectiveness doesn't matter in PvE. Now you're going to be like, why go over extended instead of tactical? Well, the thing about tactical is even in the API, it doesn't show you that it goes up to 4, but I'll show you here soon. Having 4 in a mag is going to be the max that you can have. Now, if you're one of those people out there that likes to use backup mag for some reason, then sure. When you have extended, you'll get backup mag. But I'm using this for damage. And I'm sorry, but I'm probably going to be using either boss spec or major spec, especially if I'm using it with Vorpal. Tac is just a much better perk. Do you need enhance? No, you do not need enhance. You don't need enhance for any of this. So on Gunsmith, if I went for an enhance reconstruction, the weapon reloads a little bit faster, okay? And it's about 0.5 seconds. I don't think it's needed, but you know what? We all like flashy stuff, so I went for enhanced recon. Do you need it? No. Vorpal. What does Vorpal do for you? Vorpal allows you to do 15% extra damage with this sniper. Okay, so having this on, it's not a bad thing. Now you're also getting stability and guard resistance at 5, which is really weird. I don't know why it's guard resistance there, because I know it's for swords, so why does it show it to me on the sniper? But I guess this is just how it's coded. But your stability is improved by 5. Now here's the thing. At first, I wanted to do fluted because I do get my handling up and my stability. And I messed around a little bit. So while I was crafting this, I decided to pick up arrowhead because I felt like my recoil was a bit funky with this sniper for the longest time. And my previous sniper had arrowhead on it, and I kind of liked it. So I tried it out on this one, and I've been enjoying it. So on this sniper currently, I actually went with arrowhead with tactical, recon, and vorpal. The next role that I'm going to be crafting is going to be left from gold. If I'm in activity, most of the time, I am going to probably run Aeons or have some sort of finisher on. This season, we have a finisher to use. If you're out there and you have loosened finisher on, maybe having a roll left from gold is not a bad thing. That means you also don't need to run a heavy finish. I mean, not a heavy finisher, a special finisher, right? But if you're running Aeons, you should know that when you finish an orange bar, that you're going to make special ammo. But the cool thing is here is the more heavy you have, the more special you have. So I kept one of these for the longest time. All right. The Recon Vorpal is very nice, but there's going to be most of the time if you're making ammo, you should definitely have a left from gold Vorpal roll. You're probably freaking out. It's like, why is EK not talking about firing line? Okay. Firing line is awesome. You get 20% increased damage when you're near teammates. But this is not a DPS sniper for any means, okay? This is a sniper that's going to do a lot of damage pretty quickly and allow you to, you know, get going, right? In GMs, there's going to be times where you're going to be near teammates, sure, but most of the time you're not going to be near teammates. You kind of want to, you know, you don't want to be right on top of each other. You kind of want to separate, kind of work on champions or other things like that. Even in a raid, right? People do use this sniper, but a lot of it is not for the main DPS on a boss. It's to take out like the yellow bars that are coming out that are hard hitting, right? You're trying to get those guys in and out. There's not something that you're going to be like, oh, it's DPS time. Let me take out my sniper and sit here and snipe someone, right? You're never going to do that with this. Now, if it's a rapid fire sniper, sure. You know, if it's like a 90 or 140, that makes sense. With aggressives, I don't see it. It doesn't fit my playstyle. It's not something that I'm going to start using. We have heavy linears with Fireline that can do that. It looks enticing, and I know that a lot of people asked about it. Same thing for Focus Fury. It's not needed. It is not needed whatsoever. Because Vorpal at 15%, sure, it's 5% less, but you have this up all the time. With Recon, your mag will go up to 8. Even if you're running left from gold and your mag is at 4, that is still more than enough for you to do some kind of damage and then switch back. So I just wanted to kind of touch on that because a lot of people asked about that. Now, the next role that I'm going to work on, that I have been working on, is a little bit different. And I remember someone asked me in the past, why do you have an Osmosis Sniper? I like having an Osmosis Sniper for certain burns because I think it's nice, especially if I can't cover that shield, especially if I don't have Arbalest on, but I know that I can still cover that when it's needed, right? And the neat thing here, too, is the combo on this weapon that makes that viable is demolitions. Because with Demo and Osmosis, I know that I will always have a grenade and 4 kills, especially if I get an enhanced Demo, right? I will always have a grenade up and 4 kills. If I throw that grenade, my sniper now becomes whatever burn my subclass is. And the neat thing here, too, is enhanced Osmosis actually gives you handling as well. Unless you stole the sniper away, right? If you put it away, for example, right? The mag holds 4. You take it back out, you kill 4 minor adds, you have that grenade back. So you can proc it when needed, okay? Now, if I go into a Nightfall, and it is, you know, let's say it's a solo Nightfall, and I'm on a Warlock, right? And there's a freaking solar shield that come out. I'm like, okay, I have my grenade. I can throw my grenade on that guy and take it off. Now my grenade's gone, right? But now my sniper is solar, and I know that there's another shield coming up. I can easily work on that. And on top of it, you get that 25% extra damage, right? If you match that subclass with the strike and you have Osmosis on, it is a very nice thing to have. Now, is it Is it going to be like the flat out God roll for everyone? No. Is this something that I'm going to use? Yes, because I used it in the past and I liked it. But once again, osmosis is not a perk for everybody. So if you're out there and you got your own little crazy concoction, do it. Now my fourth ideal, like when it comes down to this, I was going to do a mix of having Vorpal and having them demo. Now you may think I'm crazy, but some of you guys out there have like, you guys have like grenade builds and stuff, right? So recon is gonna bring your mag up to 8, but if you throw that grenade, you're gonna be fully reloaded with the 4 again, and then if you kill, right, or if you do damage, well, if you get 4 kills, you're gonna get that grenade back. So you can kind of build that back up. Now, is that a role that I'm gonna be using a lot? Not really, but is it something that I would suggest? Yes. Because I know a lot of people that have different builds out there, and they use it for multiple things. Demolitionist not only reloads your weapon, it also helps you build up your grenade. And especially if your discipline is always like, between tier 8 and tier 10, you should be fine running this weapon. But yeah, that was my breakdown for the Secession Sniper. I hope you're out there enjoying this season. The only thing that I didn't enjoy was farming for this because the drop rate was abysmal. I felt like this is what I felt like the whole time. All right, I was farming, and this is what I felt like the whole time. Now, when it comes down to it, the left from goal sniper that I talked about with Vorpal, that masterwork is going to be reload. Okay, my recon Vorpal, I'm going to use handling. I don't really need reload. I have recon that's going to do that for me. The demo with the osmosis is going to have handling. I don't need reload for it either. All right. But a lot of people always ask that too. Like, what frame are you going for? What frame do you put on there? Right. And that's what I would put on there. All right. Lead from gold is very slept on. It is a very, very nice perk to have, especially if you're making ammo for your team. But that's about it. I want to say thank you very much for checking out the channel and checking out my thoughts on this weapon. Don't forget, we have a new merch store open up too. The link should be in the description. I see you guys on the next one. Don't forget, we have notifications. When you click on it, there's going to be personalized, and it's all. If you click on all, you'll always get all of the videos that go out from this channel. Once again, thank you very much for joining up on this journey. And once again, I'm out, son.